YouTube, welcome back to another reaction video with your boy Worm Reacts or Islandboiiworm. You can see by the top left of the corner, bruh. Like, why they gotta start it off with my nigga Mufasa dying, bruh? If I cry, I don't want to hear shit in the comments. But listen, the original video will be in the description. Remember, if you new, like, comment, subscribe. If you're not doing none of that, your mom's a hoe. Let's get it.
Long live the king.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today
I got my nigga Andrew up there today. I fuck with it. But listen, it be your own boys, bruh. Shit crazy.
we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most brutal deaths in kids movies.
It can't be worth the risk.
It's not always about the money, Spider-Man.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most gruesome demises in films aimed at children, taking into account the actual mode of death, not necessarily how impactful it was. This means some brutal spoilers. Did any of these deaths scar you as a child? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Up, Up, and Away. The Incredibles. Syndrome's eventual end is a walking example of why Edna Mode has a strict no-cape rule on supersuits.
He had a great look. Oh, the cape and the boots.
No capes.
Isn't that my decision?
Do you remember Thunderhead?
The villain was already having a rough day, but things took a violent turn for the worse when he tried to kidnap Jack-Jack. All it did was put him and his cape in close proximity to the plane's jet turbine.
This isn't the end of it! I will get your son eventually! I'll get your son!
This nigga talking shit, and he threw a car at him, and he died, bro. And your name's Syndrome. You really thought you was gonna win?
He tries to hang on, but once the loose fabric gets caught, the once great Syndrome becomes human wood chips. Evisceration can't be a fun way to go, but even worse, the plane promptly explodes afterwards. Kinda feels like overkill.
That was totally wicked!
Number 9. Faith, Trust, and Diamond Dust. Atlantis, the Lost Empire. There's a poetic sense of justice that the crystals Rourke tried so hard to steal are what end up putting him 6 feet deep.
Well, I have to hand it to you. You're a bigger pain in the neck than I would have ever thought possible.
He's crystallized in a visual representation of his greed, and given the screams of pain, it doesn't sound like a good time. But as if becoming a sentient gem doesn't hurt enough, Rourke then gets a very close haircut through a propeller.
I ain't gonna lie, that thing could pretty cool, you know what I'm saying? If I was a glowing gem, you know what I'm saying?
Through a propeller. No matter how you cut it, going from an imposing adversary to a light rain of sparkles has gotta sting. At least Rourke can say he went out and...
Hotjar helps you find out what people really think about your website.
Do they? Honestly? Really?
So whether you own a small business, sell
Fuck that.
style. Number 8. A Fall from Grace. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. An army
Bro, these niggas is chasing her on deer with sticks. They just finna beat your ass.
of furry critters and friendly dwarves should not be this terrifying. Though, in the Evil Queen's defense, we'd run too if an angry mob of them were after us. However, when it comes to pointing blame, they're only guilty of positioning her near the edge of a cliff. The true culprit is the bolt of lightning that rudely sent her skydiving without a parachute. To rub some rock salt into the wound, a boulder follows her down. So even if she somehow endured the fall, she'd have another gift on the way to finish the job. Number 7. Dark Horse. The Never-Ending Story. In this magical tale of hope and adventure, the aptly titled Swamp of Sadness lives up to its name with a surprisingly grisly body count. Atreyu makes it across the hazard, but his horse, Artax, endures a fate that's neither quick nor painless.
Nah, bro, that's crazy. RP the horse, man.
Artax, you're sinking. Come on, turn around. You have to now.
The mystical mud saps his will to live until the animal is fully submerged from hoof to head. Literally drowning in your own despair has got to be one of the vilest forms of torment out there. Since this is a fantasy though, Artax would return for another story. Making
Yes, sir.
it slightly less traumatic for kids who made it to the end. Number 6. Chopped, skewered, and fried. The Little Mermaid. Even at the size of a giant, it's clear this sea witch rocked the boat a bit too much.
My poor little poopsies.
When she starts stirring up the ocean, Eric commandeers a shipwrecked vessel to impale Ursula with.
You pitiful, insignificant.
I seen about 5 girls just yesterday that look just like her. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, clean through the body, full shish kebab style. That'll definitely leave some splinters. But this type of sushi is best served charbroiled. Or at least that's what Mother Nature thinks, since Ursula is then promptly electrocuted by lightning. Honestly, the worst part about this is trying to decide which is worse, getting stabbed or getting shot. Number 5. Extermination. Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse. With great power, sometimes comes a great deal of pain.
Norm, what's your take on head trauma? I try to warn you, pal.
Though Spidey can usually thwip out of dangerous situations, the explosion of Kingpin's multiversal machine leaves the hero beaten, broken, and totally defenseless.
Hey, you okay?
I'm fine. Just resting.
His last act is ensuring Miles gets out safely, but it can't protect him from watching the hero's brutal end. Not even a superhero can withstand a shattered midsection.
They're gone.
We mercifully don't see the impact, and yet the sound alone is enough to convince us it wasn't pleasant. In the end, Peter's
RP that nigga, man.
body speaks louder than a dramatic farewell ever could. Number 4. Through the Jungle Vine. Tarzan. At the very least, this death was fast. But that's really the only good thing we can say about it.
I could use a challenge, because after I get rid of you, rounding up your little ape family will be all too easy!
When Clayton's trapped in a web of vines, he starts mindlessly hacking at them. Except, of course, for the one around his neck. Eventually, Clayton drops, but he never reaches the ground. The vine goes taut, and all we hear is the sickening sound as Clayton's neck presumably snaps from the whiplash.
Wait, don't!
It's gotta hurt even more, since this was completely his own doing.
This nigga Tarzan Andreas better than mine? No.
If this is the alternative, maybe the evil queen's fall wasn't so bad after all.
This nigga get... Alright. Okay. Hey, I do fuck with the Heinekens, but no.
Number 3. Once upon a Rasputin, Anastasia. In a moment of brilliant cruelty, This amnesiac princess decides to give Rasputin a taste of his own demons.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Once she cracks his reliquary, they turn on the villain and proceed to dissolve him from the inside out.
Ew. But I left that nigga in the toilet this morning.
His skin melts, his bones crack, and then he's left as nothing but dust. It's quite literally a fate worse than death, since it's dealt by the undead themselves. There's no telling the kind of suffering Rasputin endured, but at least he probably lost consciousness before it got too bad. His soul, though? That's a different story.
Consumed by his hatred for Nicholas and his family, Rasputin sold his soul for the power to destroy them.
Number 2. Doom goes for a dip. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Surprisingly, getting flattened by a steamroller isn't the most cringeworthy part of Doom's, well, Doom. No, that part just really hurt.
Holy smoke, he's a Doom! Surprise! Not really.
The true honor belongs to his so-called dip, an acid he used to dissolve animation.
Wait a minute. Wait 1 second. What do you mean by that?
Like the tuned shoe. After getting sprayed with the stuff, Doom's left with nowhere to go but down. Knowing his sadistic ways and its lengthy list of ingredients, we doubt the shower feels nice.
Remember me, Eddie? When I killed your brother, I talked.
So, Doom sinks, or technically melts, into a corrosive chemical that he designed himself.
The Wizard of Oz, the Wizard of Oz, the Wizard of Oz.
If that's not karma, we don't know what is. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
I got you.
Number 1. The king is dethroned. The Black Cauldron. Letting go is never easy, both actually and figuratively.
You've interfered for the last time.
Go for his throat, sire.
Now, Pig Keeper, you shall die.
When the titular cauldron begins to devour everything in sight, the Horned King adamantly hangs on. Impressively, his grip doesn't waver even as his very skin tears off and his skeleton starts to incinerate.
No! You'll not have me!
Yeah, there's no way of sugarcoating the fact that every single fiber of the Horned King's body was painfully ripped apart in his last moments. If he just let go sooner, he might have been able to cut his torment short.
Curse you!
But hey, at least he can say he genuinely held on until the very end.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, sire.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from Watch Mojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified.
Hey man, that's basically the video. Original video will be in the description. RIP my nigga Mufasa. RIP that mermaid lady from like Walmart that I seen the other day. But listen, if you're new, like, comment, subscribe. If you're not doing none of that, your mom's a hoe.